Yes team, we prep people year round for HYROX doubles and singles races, and I think it's really important to draw comparisons but also differences between the two disciplines. And something that I see people get wrong is they interpret HYROX prep or HYROX training as this one kind of domain. What I want to get across to you guys today is that there are key differences that are trainable, but also have those differences need to be respected. So we'll start with doubles. I hope you like my stick men. So to avoid hanging out back, okay, we need our training to generally have a lot more high intensity, repeated sprints where we are accruing lactate, okay, and forcing that lactate to come down through active recovery. So what I'm thinking in this section here is that the doubles athlete working at a race intensity is never going to be able to fully recover, but they are going to be continually hitting efforts at supramaximal or high intent maximal workloads. So what that looks like across the race is that lactate will accumulate and their fatigue resistance will need to be super high, but their sprint, high intensity, repeated work is going to have to be on the money. So with the HYROX athletes, think about generally higher intensity threshold blocks that are kind of interval driven. So we give the athlete the chance to work, recover. And what we can do from a program design perspective is we can put the skill work in more of a compromised setting. Okay, so that might be however you communicate with your partner, but that might be coming off lunges and going into a run. Okay, and thinking about, actually it's another conversation to have, is the communication element of the doubles race is equally as important, very important to that of the actual training as well. So we have for the doubles, lactate accumulation, repeated sprints, active recovery, and compromised skill work. Generally, we want our training to be higher intensity, but that allows us to take duration down. Whereas a singles athlete might have to be training for 90 minutes, a doubles athlete can focus at higher intensity for far more compromised durations. On to the singles. Again, my stick man was quite a challenge today. In a singles athlete, we're going to have much more of a focus on fatigue resistance. Okay, the singles race is more of a increase sub-threshold to threshold effort versus a doubles athlete who is going to be hitting peaks from the ski erg, from their first intervals. Their heart rate will be absolutely ramped, and then from there it's a game of cat and mouse with your thresholds and with your fitness to see how you can maintain power and keep performing all the way through. Singles, fatigue resistance, durable work blocks, build work blocks that's going to expose them, okay, to high intensity over time, or measured intensity over time. And a big thing for the singles athlete, especially because of the lack of recovery, is postural endurance. And what I mean by that is your ability to maintain shape, quality and form when you're running, the ability to maintain and resist force through your farmer's carries, the ability to come off the sled pull, which is incredibly broad taxing movement, and then get into running at pace. Training for the singles athlete, moderate to high intensity, but across longer durations. So when we have this in mind, and we think training load as a key parameter to any athlete that we coach, or any person that we coach, is that we can create more manageable training load for the doubles athlete, okay, who could probably fit in more around their program versus someone who's going to have to be a lot more specific to the demands of the race as the singles athlete. Hope that helps, team. Any questions, please comment below. We'd love to hear from you.